start off with, how long have you been married?
I have been married. Ooh, this is a pressure question. All right, so I have been married.
You said it's a pressure question.
Yeah, because I got to get this right. I got to get it. People is watching, bro. I got to get this right. I have been married. This September should be 7 years. Please don't hurt me if I get this wrong. I just got off work.
September should be 7?
September should be 7.
Bro, you got married when I got hired at TPD.
Yes. So I left Pensacola. We got married that first year we moved back to Pensacola.
Really?
Yep. I mean, back to Tallahassee from Pensacola.
Okay.
I was just getting hired. We was getting hired at the same time. That's crazy.
I ain't never thought about that.
So when you got hired?
September 2014.
I got hired August.
2014?
Yep.
So right before me.
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah. So I like to tell people, because people think marriage is it is a big thing. It's a celebration of your love. But if you give yourself time to be with that person, and I tell people, don't rush it. Give yourself time to be with that person. I told my wife, I think people should be together for at least 5 years. I'm talking about living together, cohabitating, whatever it is, taking care of it, because you get to see that person in different lights.
Yeah.
So she got to see me go through fire school. I got to see her finish college and different working environments. And
Why
then
5 years?
5 years, because I just think if you're going to have something that lasts, you got to have a solid foundation.
You got to have a solid foundation.
With anything.
So and y'all, see, let's ask this question.
Okay, go
How
ahead.
long have you and Danielle known each other? I know the answer to that, but let people know.
We known each other since high school.
All right, so we talking years.
Go back to 2004, 2003. I started knowing her a little bit more in 2004, but I still wasn't in her
The year
circle.
we graduated high school.
Yeah.
So is it fair to say, or would you venture off to say that 5 years is solid for you because of how long you've known her?
No, not even that.
Or, wrong question, or is it because y'all have known each other at such a young age? So y'all had time to grow into it? Because what if somebody meets somebody at 40?
That's true. Still.
5 years?
Still.
45.
People live secret lives out here, brother. I've heard some stories. Some secret lives out here. So, give yourself time to see a person. I don't believe in marriage at first sight, but if that's your thing, that's your thing.
Yeah,
but
I'm not with the marriage at first sight.
But give your time, see that person in a different light. And then, I got to see her in a different light when we had kids.
Right.
So it grew into something different before we got married. Now, a lot of people, older people, you get that pressure from older people say, oh, you shouldn't be shacking up. You shouldn't be.
That's hard, man.
But
that's so hard not to do, because how do you marry somebody you don't even know whether or not they snore?
Tell me about it.
Tell me about it. How you marry somebody and you don't even know they don't stink?
I mean,
so I get it.
Yeah.
But is it practical?
Yes.
Tell me why, because I'm not saying you're wrong.
I told one of my homeboys this. I say, man, one of the biggest benefits to being in a relationship, and people can attest to this because times is hard. Financially, if you can get with another person, whoever it may be, man, woman, and combine your finances, you can achieve a lot bigger goals. And then it sets you on the path of, this is my partner, we doing this,
So
we trying to accomplish
after marriage.
No, even before marriage.
So you believe in combining finances before marriage?
Not combining like same bank account, but we paying bills together. We taking care of this. We taking care of that. I can help you with this.
I got you.
You can help me with that. You know what I'm saying?
So you're talking about the financial planning process of it. Y'all do that together.
Do that together.
I got you.
Somebody got to take. Now, it is a point where a man may be making more than a woman, or a woman, whatever that is. Figure it out. If you have a plan for it, then long as you watching that person grow and they not staying stagnant, you watching they grow, and then y'all growing together, it's gonna make a beautiful situation. And everybody's situation may not be the same,
right? But
for us,
in most cases it won't, right?
Most cases
it probably won't. My ex-girlfriend, man, it was rough because I was going through a period of where I was trying to pay off my debt, and thank God I was able to pay off my debt. I'm back into a little bit of debt, I said last episode, but it was such a feat because it took me 3 years. It took me 3 years of being a hermit. It took me 3 years of not doing anything.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the process. I enjoyed the journey. But along that journey, my ex-girlfriend was not about it. She was not about the sitting down at the table once a month. Kind of like you said, we're not combining our finances in the bank.
Right.
But we combining the way we handle money. mentally, right?
Boy.
So all I wanted to do was just sit down at the table once a month, write stuff out, the bills, getting that practice in, because at some point we supposed to be married. So that means the day we get married, I want to know how to do this already. I already want to know this.
And what's sad is we coming, and everybody's household may not be the same, but we not coming into a situation where our parents taught us this.
Right.
This is one of the most important parts of a relationship, which cause most marriages to fail.
Exactly.
So if you don't have that foundation before you get into it, get in the thick of it, which most people going off paying ridiculous money for weddings, and by the time your first year anniversary, you already getting a divorce.
People divorcing before they even get a chance to be married. Simply because they didn't make the right choices prior to. Or simply because going into the marriage, they made some bad choices financially. Like you said, finances is one of the biggest things that kills marriages. That along with family, not getting along with the in-laws. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Religion. Yeah. First of all, you probably shouldn't even be marrying somebody who is not of the same religion. One, is not at a level that you are at. Yeah. Two, you know what I'm saying? Because those are things that you're supposed to work on prior to you getting married.
And it's all about discussing those things before you just, you got people, you young, you meet somebody, whatever, but once it's a solid intention of like, I like this person, I want to be with them for a while, let's have these discussions at the table, so I can see where her head is at, see where my head is at, and then like you said, as a man, when you are focused on a certain goal, I want to be debt free by this time. If that person ain't on that same vibe, it ain't gonna work.
It's gonna, because the vibe ain't gonna be.
It ain't gonna work. She be like, I want to go here, I want to go there. You trying to save money?
You trying to save money?
It's gonna be a headache.
Especially you as the man. As men, we can be so determined. When we get our minds and our eyes set on something, on a project, we are determined. We want that. And anytime, anything that could be I'm talking about anything. Yeah. I don't care who it is or what it is. If they get in our way, it can be very frustrating. Yes. Because we are so determined.
Or somebody questioning you, why you doing it the way you doing it. Right. Well, you didn't have no, no suggestions when I started this.
You didn't have no plan coming into this.
Right. So why jump into my plan and start, and
start trying to rock the boat.
Yeah. So I think that first and foremost is a very helpful tool and we didn't start off like that. Right. We just had okay, we got kids. Number two, it's like, all right, well, we got to have a plan.
So did y'all have a kid before y'all were married?
Yes, we had two before we were married. Okay. I think we got engaged before my daughter was born, if I'm not mistaken.
That's the first one or the second one?
That's the second one.
Okay.
And then by the time I was leaving Pensacola, coming back to Tallahassee, we got married that fall. So that next month after I moved back, we got married. And I remember talking to her, because I proposed Valentine's Day. That's what I did. And
you want the sentimental guy.
Yeah. And, well, trying to figure it out. It wasn't the best proposal. If I could take it back, man, I'd do it 100 times better. But it was like one of those things where, like, man, let me go ahead and do this.
Hey, but you did your best.
I did the best. I did the best. So it was one of those things where we moved back, and thinking back on our situation specifically, it is some things I would have did different. But I said, don't you think that's going to be too soon? Because most people, they be engaged for a year and plan things out. She was like, no, we can get it done. And she went off and beat the ground doing it. We had support from family as far as, getting certain stuff lined up. But we
was it a more traditional wedding?
Yeah. More traditional wedding.
Church wedding outside?
It was outside. Yeah. Outside with a pastor, her uncle. And
you think she was truly appreciative of it? At the end of it, when it was all said and done?
Yeah, because she enjoyed the
wedding? That's what's up. That's the only thing that mattered at the end of the day, though.
Man, she did all of it.
She did all of it.
All of it. She asked me for a few opinions. I gave my little 2 cents.
Dicarrio, I hope I get that. I ain't trying to do nothing. Man. I just try to show up.
Man,
but I know it ain't gonna work out like that.
I mean, you give your 2 cents if you can. It ain't gonna be everything you ain't gonna agree with, but in that same mindset, weddings also cause people to fall apart. Yeah. Because it was a rocky situation with ours where it got to a point where she, off doing everything, and I feel like I don't have a say so in what go on. And I feel like, well, you are marrying me, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So financials and the wedding process leading up to the wedding, people should be in marital bliss even leading up to the wedding.
Right.
Let's not lose touch of each other during that process because it's stressful.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, it's very stressful. Money getting spent, and
Did y'all go over the budget, or y'all stayed within the budget?
Oh, our wedding was very not cheap, but we were very realistic with our budget. We didn't have no ridiculous budget, especially just moving back.
Right.
We had finances, and like I said, there's a few things I would have did differently, but having those conversations is a real tough thing to do.
Right.
Especially when, like I said, she was doing everything, and I'm like trying to reel it back in a little bit. She was doing, and then
and that seems like that's usually how it is.
It's
always the woman.
It is.
Want to spend a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then we got to be the more practical people, the realistic people that kind of reel them in.
Yeah.
Say, baby.
Yeah.
Think about what you're doing now.
Yeah. And
going overboard.
And having those discussions, or just how we raise our kids, and all right, this is what a marriage is. This is how it goes. And if you're not coming from, because I've heard other cultures, they do it completely different.
Completely different.
I was hearing some things. I was like, y'all do what?
Weddings are definitely culturally based.
Very culturally based. And who decides what's in that culture if you don't know the culture?
Right.
We trying to live in some other culture that don't really suit us.
Right. Like, I mean, can you imagine marrying an African woman or an Indian woman and their family just interject and says, hey, this is how it's going to be done because this is how we do it where we're from. That's tough. That's tough. I don't even want to imagine being in that situation.
Boy, that's a pill to swallow. And certain situations, different strokes for different folks, and they expect it to go one way, and you may have to quiet your voice and swallow that pill. But at the end of the day, like I tell everybody, when you get married, the people you invite to your wedding, their number should at least be in your phone. Because everybody who's at your wedding are responsible to keeping you married. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's
people
your circle.
Be in there trying to invite. My mom was trying to invite all these different people. Oh,
the people that you barely even know.
I don't know them like that. I don't talk to them.
She know them.
Exactly. But it ain't about her. Right. It's about us.
It's about us.
So when we get on the rocky road and have some issues, we need to be able to
these people.
Exactly. Right. And they should be checking up on us.
Right.
Every anniversary or every, once a year, whatever it is.
And I agree with. I think it's the same way with like baby showers and all that kind of stuff too. But I know people get hung up on I'm just trying to get as many pampers as I can get, so I'm inviting everybody.
I mean, well,
but
that's how you choose your friends.
Right.
Your friends got your support, your family, your support system. That's all you got.
Yep.
So thinking about the marriage as a whole as in that aspect, because it ain't just y'all, it's the relationships outside of y'all, it's y'all parents. Everybody should be giving y'all good feedback to help y'all stay together.
Yep. Hey, so tell me this. How in high school I had no idea you and Janielle were even on that level. I know you said it didn't really start until 2004. So give a little brief background on how y'all even how that even started. I remember.
This is a funny situation, brother. So this mostly started when we was graduating high school. I liked her. I was sweet on her. I took her on probably 2 or 3 dates after high school.
So you was going on dates in high school?
Nope, after high school.
Oh, after high school.
This is after we graduated.
I'm about to be
so
jealous.
summer, I think she was probably going straight into college. She was on the fast track. So took her on 3 dates. Dates when we had fun. Dates with Willie Word. I think she even came to my 18th birthday with my homeboy, and we just hung out or whatever. But never got too far with that.
Yeah.
Fast forward, nothing transpired, and she seen me later. It was one graduation fall, and she saw me out, and she wanted to get close to me. So one of my homeboys, he was in his vibe. He got a number or whatever. Yeah. And then she told him that she had a friend to hook me up with. And then it comes out, she on one of our dates, we played Hangman. And she played Hangman to figure out who the girl was that I was supposed to talk to.
Oh, really?
So I'm at work, trying to figure out the Hangman. And it turns out, I guess, it
was over a text conversation or something?
It was text.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, it's you. And then, from there, just kind of,
It could be so funny.
Yeah. It was clever how she did it. So
I like it. I'm vibing with it.
Yeah. So that happened. And then, we stayed strong and, things happened faster not looking back on it because once we had my first son, then it was time to get real. You know, and that's where the relationship's like, all right, yeah, we invested.
Right.
And our family wants to see us, you know, everybody around us say, oh, y'all doing fine, y'all doing good, y'all heads on straight.
Because you're talking, how old were you when y'all started dating?
If I had to guess,
18,
this
19?
was 2009, 2010. Okay. So somewhere in that area. So I was probably
25, 26, 25, right?
Yeah, probably about
like
that.
25?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when y'all started dating, did you know, like right away, hey, listen, I'm not dating her just to date her. I'm dating her because I want to marry her. Did that come later?
That came later.
Later. Because I know for me, since I was probably around 25, I already told myself, listen, I'm not going to waste no time, like, jucking and jiving with no woman. If I date you, I'm dating you to marry you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That was me at 25.
Gotcha.
So for you, what was it for you? Without getting in trouble.
It was mostly just her independent mindset. She had a drive to things she wanted to accomplish, and I was attracted to that. She didn't really ask nothing of me. She just, you know, we just spent time together. It wasn't no like, oh,
y'all were like best friends.
Yeah,
Turned into best friends.
Turned into best friends, and we respected our outside relationships also. Because you get to a point where it's like you seeing too much
like
of a
friends
person.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, you respect that. Hey, your homegirls, my homeboys, y'all, you know, go have
y'all both had pretty outside strong friend circles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's how we met into that thick of. I got my homeboys I hang with. You got your homegirls,
right?
And you know, we still do our own thing, and that's what helped too. That away time. Right. You got to have your outside circles inside your relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, because you still got to have that support system.
Outside.
When you going through problems with her, who you going to talk to?
Right.
You can't just listen to your own head. You got to
talk to the wall.
Can't talk to the wall, so you need to have somebody, you know, and you get your homeboys. They be up and down on a lot of different issues.
Now, did you have homeboys at that time that was mature enough to be that for you? At 25, 26 years old, looking back on it?
We all talked about relationships. I ain't gonna say that whether they was true or not. We all had different relationships, so everybody had something to bring to the table as far as how they chimed in with dealing with the.
And you think together y'all was a pretty strong group that could support each other.
And we advanced at different levels. I probably was the first to get married. Yeah, I was the first to get married out of my crew.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, shoot. I think I've only had 3 real girlfriends in my life. And one was probably my sophomore year in college. And then I got one when I went to the police academy, and my most recent one that I'm in now. Yeah. Now, I wear that like a badge, you know what I'm saying? Because I just have never just fooled around with women long enough like that just was not serious to me. So, but I take relationships seriously.
It comes to different men at different levels in their life.
Yeah, it definitely does.
And you realize at some point you don't want to just fool around because it's scary out there in them streets.
I think it's just a waste of time. I think the sooner you realize how important life is and how precious time is, the sooner you start making more mature decisions when it comes to women you deal with and men you deal with. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think I realized that early. Now, that doesn't mean that I made all the right choices.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at an early age, I started developing that mindset that my future wife has to be the person that I'm giving my most time to. Because there's no reason to waste that time on anybody else.
Time wasted. The only thing constant in life is time and death.
Time and death. You right about that.
You born, but you got time, and then you got death.
You got to die.
And time ain't gonna stop, and you gonna die at some point. So, you know, most humans are not meant to die alone.
Right.
You know, we are, you know,
I don't think any human is meant to die alone. I think some people handle it better than other people. I don't think any human is meant to die alone.
Yeah, you're going to want somebody.
And we could very well be wrong about that. I don't know. But,
you know.
I think for me, a lot of it was I didn't want to waste my time with women that I didn't really see a future with simply because, you know, you lay up with somebody and you make a baby, you're going to regret that. You're going to love that child to the day you die.
But it could be hard.
But at the end of the day, just because you love that child doesn't mean that you don't look at that child and be like, it could have been different.
It could have been different. And that's a real, you shouldn't be laying with nobody who you couldn't see yourself being with in the future.
Right.
I saw that too. Don't be laying around with no, just trying to
anything, man.
Boy, look at here.
I'm telling you, I ain't in trouble.
It's a bunch of men in the fire department who done told me, man. They first, they
wife.
They didn't necessarily see the red flags. They didn't see the red flags, and they. You
know what's crazy? People say they didn't see the red flag. You seen the red flags. You just ignored the flags.
You just was paying attention to something else,
right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you not see the flags? The flags, they wave in the wind. Yeah. So you saw them. You saw them. You just chose to ignore them because you had this idea of what you wanted at the time.
At the time. Something was more important.
Right. Something was more important.
Yeah.
And I mean, hey, bro, you made the bed and you got to lay in that thing.
Got to lay in it, bro. Got to, one of my old sons got to stand up in it. Got to, hey, whatever. Got to stand up in it. Got to do your push-ups, bro.
But it's good. It's good to see you and Janielle together, especially since I went to high school with both of y'all, because y'all represent marriage very well based on what I see. Mm-hmm. I ain't never been inside y'all house. Yeah. I ain't never seen y'all through the rough times. But based on what I see, y'all represent marriage very well. Y'all got 3 beautiful kids. Mm-hmm. Y'all look like y'all love each other. Y'all been together for a while, and y'all still a young couple. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that is so freaking important in the black community, because that structure is needed in order to develop young kids into great adults, great black adults, which is what we need in this country today, bro.
And let me interject you there. So in doing that, in dating, and you get a lot of pressure from family. The old school, they did it in a different way. And they didn't believe shacking up. But I'm looking at my family, I'm like, most of y'all didn't get it right either. Right. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't get it right with y'all first or second. And
some of y'all just never got it right.
Never got it right. Still don't have it right. So let me figure out what worked for us. That's the biggest thing you could do. Figure out what worked, because at the end of the day, it's y'all too. Right. You know what I'm saying? So whatever works for y'all, different strokes for different folks. Right. However y'all use to play it, is y'all in it. Yep. And that's what I realized. So whatever come in, hey, listen, it's us. I'm here with you. Right. I'm sitting at the table. Yeah. It's us at the end of the day. When we close the doors, it's only us. Yeah, so y'all got to figure it out.
Right. It's our life. This is our life to live.
That's it.
That's what it is.
That's all it is.